Hi everybody, this is Cheryl here to do a video on slash entertainment and celebrity news. I'm gonna hit a couple of celebrity news that has been trending, and one of the ones first. Let's start from beginning to the end because this last one is gonna take a minute, and I'm gonna give you some, what I feel and what I think about it. Over the weekend, we know that Destiny Child, Michelle Williams of Destiny Child, has just got engaged to her pastor friend. His name is Chad Johnson. I'm sorry, Chad Johnson. While they were at Coachella. Apparently and allegedly, he proposed to her, I believe, maybe at Coachella. I could be wrong, but if I'm wrong, comment on give me, say that, hey, Cheryl, you're wrong. And I want to say congratulations to Michelle. It's been a long, long time, and the fact that you are a part of the gospel community, and you basically stayed rooted within your genre, within your lane. You have not stepped out of your lane. You basically stayed focused, and I want to say congratulations to the both of you all. I understand that I don't think they basically have made or set a date. And I would say congratulations to you all. And this next one is that we know that over the weekend, I believe it might have been over the weekend, and it basically also has been trending. Barbara Bush, one of the first ladies, have passed on. She, believe she died. I'm not quite sure. I think it was either Wednesday or I think Wednesday night or something, but she basically passed away. I'm not quite sure if she passed away in her home or basically if she passed away at the hospital, but my condolences go out to the family. Now, I have been basically hanging out on the websites and looking at the various websites, and basically some of the things that I basically saw about Barbara Bush was not kind, was not nice. They were saying all kinds of negative things, and we realized that she was married to one of the presidents. The Bush was when he was the president of the United States, and they said all kinds of nasty things. Now, basically, she's first lady who set her platform and who basically did what did her platform. That's all I have to say. I'm sorry that condolences go out, but I would say she lived a well life. I mean, she lived until she was up until like 90 years old. So she served her purpose on this earth. Now, the one thing that I said I was gonna do, and I was gonna take a little longer, and that is Wendy Williams and Snoop Dogg, and basically the comment that she made, uh, referring to the gospel group, the Clark sisters. Now, the gospel community has gotten very, very upset over the statement that Wendy Williams made. And I don't want to, repeat, the words exactly what she said. But she referring to Snoop, who apparently has made a gospel uh, album, and that gospel album has basically went to #1. Now, I have saw that Snoop Dogg has basically made a gospel album. Um, I'm not really into Snoop Dogg. I mean, I like some of his stuff. I mean, I kind of stopped listening to him. I do know that Snoop Dogg basically do have a channel on. If you're not aware of it, you need to go and check it out. Snoop Dogg does have a channel on YouTube. I mean, his channel is very, very popular. He has way over 1 million subscribers, 1 million views, and apparently, and did check out the Wendy Williams show, and I'm not going to say I'm a fan, but I do look at her from time to time because I am into celebrity news, and I've always been into celebrity news. Um, and she did say some things that I don't think that what you call it, her team really did the bureau, as she called it. I don't think the bureau team really did their research when it came really down to the Clock sisters. Now, Wendy Williams basically put an attempt, and I'm going to say an attempt because I looked at the video, and I'm not going to post it, I'm not going to edit it, I'm not even going to show you snippets of it because I'm still learning how to edit. But by me, and you need to go and check this, you need to go and check the apology out, the video out, and how she went about and apologizing to the gospel community and apologizing to the Clock sisters over the statement that she made. The reason why I don't really think, and she invited the Clock sisters to come on her show and basically, sing a particular gospel song. I think I don't even want to name it, but the way she went about it and saying, well, she basically apologized, but I don't think the apologies was apologize. She basically, to me, even though she apologized, to me, the way that she did the way she went about her apologies was it wasn't really sincere. If you really look at her face and her expression when you check this video out, I don't think that she was really sincere. I don't think she really wanted to basically apologize, and I think the reason why she went on her YouTube after show hour and apologizes because the community, the gospel community really put some heat underneath her. And we have to understand and look at Wendy Williams' intent and purpose. Wendy Williams' intent and purpose is to, one, to get views, to have people to look at her and to deal with celebrity news. And yes, the things that she has said about people over the years has not been very kind, has been somewhat demeaning of people. Now, was that her intent and was that her purpose, or was it just to say what she thought? She basically said what she thought because basically that's what she gets paid for, to say what she thinks and how she feels. But sometimes you have to be very, very careful in what you say and how you say it out of your mouth. You have to be very, very careful of who and what community that you come for. And the gay, I mean, not, well, I am gay, so hey, it really doesn't matter, but I guess I used the word gay. But the gospel community came for Wendy Williams, and they did not like the fact of what Wendy Williams said. Now, everybody has their reasons and purpose as to why, you know, uh, the gospel community is coming for her. Now, personally, the Clock Sisters is a legend. The Clock Sisters is a legend, and just recently in the SAGs, they were um, honored because the Clark sisters for the Bureau of Wendy Williams, the Bureau. When you guys didn't really do your research. You didn't do your research properly the way that you should have done it. And had you had done your research thoroughly, I don't really think that Wendy Williams would have made that a statement if she had gotten a little bit more information. And apparently, the Bureau did do their investigation, but they didn't do it thoroughly enough. And that team that was surrounded while around Wendy Williams should have said something to William Williams and letting her know that, look, when you talk about, if you're going to say something about the Clock sister, be very, very careful of how you say it. Be very, very careful. Because the Clock sister is a legend. The Clock sisters have made history, and the Clock sisters are still alive. And they're still making music, and they're still relevant. They're very, very relevant within their lane. They may not be relevant within Snoop Dogg's lane, and the fact that he made number one in the gospel area, but you have to look at that genre that Snoop Dogg has basically tapped in, and how we have to really, when you're gonna do something, you have to really tap into the history. The reason why Snoop Dogg's um gospel album went to number one is because he was, he went to a lot of legendary gospel artists who've been out there for a while. If his gospel album did not feature some of the famous gospel people within that genre, his album wouldn't have went to number one. His album, period, wouldn't went to number one. And the audience that he's appealing to, he appealed to a much younger audience. He appealed to a much, I'm going to say, um, what's the word I'm looking for? Uh, rebel audience, a much, you know, audience that they're into the church, but they're not into the church. They're, they're all, they're into the church, but they are not into the church. They're into the Bible, but they're not into the Bible. They go to church, they don't go to church. And so, in order for, that album to hit number one, he had to go to certain people to make that album hit number one. One of the famous artists that he went to do collaboration is Slave. Now, if you really look at this, and sometimes the gospel community can be very, very hypocritical on how they treat their people within their land and within their community. Now, I say all this is to say that, yes, Wendy Williams basically made a mistake in how she went about and talking about a legendary group that allegedly and apparently her bureau, who is supposed to make sure that the information that she get is thorough. And if they did do the research, Wendy Williams did not take the time and to really read the material. Now, the question is, the gospel community came for her. And I mean, did they have the right to come for William Williams? I really don't know. I mean, I'm gonna be really, really honest with you. I really don't know. All I know is that Wendy Williams made an apology video and saying that she's apologizing for the statement that she made. Was she sincere in that apology? If you go and you check the video out, I would say personally no. I don't think she was sincere about it. I really don't think that she was sincere about it. And I don't think that the Clark sister needed to go in and do. I mean, you can do what you want to do. All right, you can do what you want to do, but personally, the Clark sisters, in my mind, they don't need to do it. They stay in a separate lane all their own. They don't have to come out and make record after record. But if you do your homework properly, and if you research it, if you just key in Google in, the word clock sister's gonna pop up all over the place. They're gonna pop up all over the place. They're gonna pop up all over the place. The music's gonna be popped up all over the place. The music been, music score. Been on movie scores. The Clock Sister is just is. It just is. And I'm just telling Wendy Williams and the Bureau, you know, when you do your research, make sure that you do it a thorough investigation on legendary people before you send your key person, Wendy Williams, out there and to make an ass out of herself. She basically made an ass out of herself when she came for the Clock Sister. And the Bureau, I basically hold you guys responsible for it. You guys. Now, will the Clock Sisters come on William Williams' show? We don't know. Personally, I really don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. But if they do, at least use this opportunity to educate and to teach it, because a lot of the youth, a lot of people have really kind of sort of turned their back on the church, being that the church to the gospel community is kind of sort of, if you listen to some of the gospel community, some of the gospel lyrics and some of the gospel music, it's somewhat to be questioned. I'm just going to put it like that. It's somewhat to be questioned, but at the same time, it's somewhat of uplifting. Until the next time, this is all things Cheryl unapologetically. So what I'm telling you guys and how I'm expressing you guys, this is how I feel. And am I going to go back and to say anything nasty or anything like that? I'm not. I'm basically not. What I am going to do, and I am going to ask you guys to, the spiel. You know what I'm going to tell you. You never know when I'm going to come up with another video like now. We're talking about Michelle, who just got proposed to. She's getting ready to walk down the aisle. She's getting ready to get married. Michelle of Destiny Champs, she's getting ready to get married. We talked about what? Barbara Bush. So, click the certification so you know when I'm getting ready to come up. Click the share button so you can share it. Click the like button. Click the don't like button. And just, comment. If I made some mistake, if you want to comment on what I said, go ahead and do it. Make your comments, but make positive comments. If you're coming in, if you're going to check Nancy, I'm going to let you know right off the bat. I will block you. I'll go in and I don't like what I'm seeing, I'm going to block you. But until the next time, this is all things Cheryl. Have a wonderful weekend. And I'm going to tell you love, peace. And remember, love is basically for everybody.